What happens when a lion suddenly charges the glass while your child stands just feet away? Or when a bear breaks into a dance that could steal the show? And what about a gorilla scrolling through photos like it's swiping a phone of its own? These 20 real zoo moments are as wild as they are unforgettable, funny, shocking. Let's dive in. At Dudley Zoo in England, one gibbon is turning heads with its jaw-dropping acrobatics. This isn't random monkeying around, it's a masterclass in agility and strength. The gibbon swings smoothly through the trees using brachiation, a form of movement that relies on its long arms, often 1.5 times its body length, and a unique wrist joint that functions like a ball and socket. This reduces strain on the shoulders and allows for seamless, high-speed motion, reaching up to 34 miles per hour. But this performance isn't just for show. Gibbons are highly territorial and rely on these skills to find food, avoid predators, and navigate dense forest canopies. Their strong grip, flexible joints, and sharp spatial awareness make them one of the most efficient tree-dwelling animals on the planet. Adding to the spectacle, gibbons are also known as the singers of the forest. Each species has a distinct, powerful call used to communicate and mark territory. The Dudley gibbon fills the air with its song, giving visitors both a visual and auditory experience they won't forget. But if you thought that was impressive, wait until you see which creature made a break for freedom, with no arms or legs. Now here's a moment that left an entire zoo crowd stunned: an octopus staging a real-life jailbreak. While most escape stories feature monkeys or birds, this time it was a clever cephalopod taking the spotlight. Using its powerful suction cups, the octopus slowly climbed the smooth glass wall of its enclosure. At first, the audience watched in amusement, assuming it would slide back down. But with surprising control and determination, the octopus reached the top and slipped over the edge, landing softly on the floor outside the tank. What started as lighthearted curiosity quickly turned into concern, as the onlookers realized this wasn't part of any routine. A zookeeper was quickly alerted, but not before the octopus claimed a brief taste of freedom. From a slick escape to an upright surprise, could a chimp really outwalk a human? Stay tuned. While humans are naturally bipedal, most of our primate relatives stick to all fours. Gorillas and orangutans can walk upright briefly, but they usually drop back down after a few steps. That's what makes this scene so extraordinary. In the middle of the zoo pathway, a chimpanzee takes charge of the spotlight, not crawling, not climbing, but walking confidently on 2 legs, just like a person. Even more impressive, it strolls casually, arms swinging with purpose, and heads straight for a snack, a bright yellow banana. This chimp didn't just take a few curious steps. It walked a long stretch, fully upright, grabbing and holding items along the way like it had been doing this for years. Scientists are still scratching their heads, but one thing's clear: this isn't your average chimp behavior. Now here's a zoo encounter that flips the script entirely. A massive rhinoceros, known for its strength and size, was calmly grazing when 2 geese nearby decided they weren't having it. As the rhino wandered a bit too close, one goose flapped and flew off in a panic. But it was the second goose that stole the spotlight. With a burst of loud, furious honking, it stood its ground, and incredibly, the rhino backed off. Not just a step or two, but a full retreat. Onlookers watched in disbelief as this powerful giant, weighing more than 2 tons, turned tail and trotted away from a bird that weighs less than 15 pounds. It was a hilarious role reversal. The goose didn't need claws or fangs, just noise and nerve. This unexpected moment was a reminder that size doesn't always equal dominance. I think you've seen bold. What this visitor did around a tiger will make your heart skip. Before we continue, I have a special 10-second request for all of you listening. If you can help me in any way, just press the notification bell and hit that subscribe button. It means the world. It really supports this channel. And if you do that for me, I promise my team and I will do everything we can to make this show even better for you. During a visit to the Toronto Zoo, a woman dropped her hat while observing a tiger from above its enclosure. But instead of alerting staff, she made a split-second decision that left the entire crowd stunned. She jumped inside the enclosure to retrieve it. She narrowly avoided the tiger's reach, thanks only to a set of layered safety barriers. But even so, her reckless move put her within feet of one of the most dangerous predators on the planet. Adult tigers can leap more than 10 feet and deliver a swipe strong enough to break bones, so the risk she took wasn't just foolish, it was life-threatening. As she climbed back out, a nearby visitor called her out for the stunt, voicing what everyone else was thinking. And he wasn't wrong. This incident was a stark reminder: no lost item is worth your life. Zoo enclosures are built for a reason, and breaking those boundaries can turn a casual outing into a tragic headline in seconds. At one zoo, a pair of black swans were caught on camera doing something no one expected: feeding koi fish. Rather than preying on them, these birds were sharing their food. Zookeepers provide the swans with dry food pellets, which the birds dip into the pond to soften before eating. But over time, something unusual started occurring. Curious koi began swimming up during feeding time, drawn to the floating pellets. And instead of guarding the food, the swans began spreading it around, letting the koi snack alongside them. This wasn't trained behavior, it developed naturally. And while swans are known for being fiercely independent, this act looked remarkably cooperative. It's a rare moment of interspecies interaction that feels almost intentional, reminding us that nature still has surprises we haven't fully figured out. Have you ever witnessed something in nature that made you stop and rethink everything? Tell us in the comments, because we'd love to hear your story. In a scene, a macaque spotted what looked like an easy score: a banana resting in the hands of a nearby orangutan. Thinking it could sneak in and snatch the snack, the macaque made its move. With incredible speed, the orangutan reacted, reaching out, grabbing the macaque firmly by the head, and pulling it in with unmistakable authority. The video cuts off there, but what's clear is that the orangutan was not about to be robbed without a fight. Orangutans are often viewed as calm, easygoing primates. But this encounter is a sharp reminder: being peaceful doesn't mean being defenseless. Orangutans can weigh up to 200 pounds and have strength estimated to be 7 times greater than that of an adult human. This quick act of self-defense sent a clear message, and the macaque, no doubt, learned a valuable lesson about picking the wrong target. And just when you think the chaos is over, one of the world's heaviest animals decides to wander off. At one zoo, a hippo managed to slip through an open security gate and wander outside its enclosure. Considering that hippos are responsible for more human fatalities in Africa than most other large animals, this could have been a serious situation. Instead of charging or causing a stir, the hefty explorer took a calm, casual stroll just beyond the gate. After a few minutes of curious wandering, the hippo looked around, then turned right back and walked itself back into the zoo, as if to say, "Actually, I'm good here." This unplanned adventure was over in less than 10 minutes, and not a single person or animal was harmed. It was a rare, funny reminder that even some of nature's most powerful animals can find comfort in routine, and maybe even prefer the predictable over the unknown. Now, get ready for a moment that crosses species and speaks directly to the heart. At a zoo in the United Kingdom, a woman named Naomi Davies, who was 4 months pregnant at the time, had an encounter that left everyone speechless. While standing near the orangutan exhibit with her fiancé, she was approached by a young orangutan and its mother. The juvenile orangutan slowly walked up to the glass, locked eyes with Naomi, and gently pressed its lips against the spot where her baby bump rested. The mother orangutan, who had recently given birth herself, observed Naomi with clear interest, focusing on her belly as if she understood exactly what was happening. For Naomi, the moment felt deeply meaningful, a quiet acknowledgement of shared motherhood across species. Despite the vast evolutionary gap, this brief exchange revealed something universal, the powerful instinct to nurture and connect. She later said she hopes to return one day with her child to see if the orangutans remember them. Feeling emotional? Let's shift the mood with a dance that had everyone grinning. A moment that had everyone at the Calgary Zoo doing a double take when a gorilla stepped into a shallow puddle and started breakdancing. Spinning, splashing, and twisting with surprising rhythm, this great ape looked like it was grooving to music only it could hear. At first, visitors thought it might be a fluke. But the gorilla kept going, clearly caught up in the moment. Its spontaneous dance routine brought smiles and laughter from the crowd as it spun in circles and splashed water like a natural performer. Then, just as quickly as it began, the gorilla paused, glancing around as if it suddenly realized it had an audience. And with that, the show was over. A brief, hilarious burst of joy that turned into one of the zoo's most unforgettable moments. It was unscripted, unexpected, and pure entertainment straight from the animal kingdom. Was it instinct, play, or something more? Have you ever seen an animal do something human-like? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. In a scene straight out of a viral sensation, this Arctic giant begins bobbing its head, swaying side to side, and spinning with surprising rhythm. Visitors, especially the kids, can't stop laughing and cheering, completely captivated by the bear's unexpected performance. Now, polar bears aren't exactly known for their musicality, but this one seems to move to an internal beat that even seasoned zookeepers can't explain. It's not part of any routine or show. It's just raw, unfiltered joy. One amused parent was even heard joking that this bear could give professional dancers a run for their money. And honestly, if this polar bear entered a televised dance contest, it might just end up with more fans than the iconic soda commercial mascots. At the Louisville Zoo, a young gorilla had an unexpected reaction to something most teens can't live without: a smartphone. A teenage visitor held their phone up to the glass and began flipping through photos of other gorillas. To everyone's surprise, the young primate didn't just glance, it locked in. With intense focus, the gorilla watched as each image appeared, reacting with visible interest. Some photos caught its attention more than others, and before long the gorilla was sitting comfortably against the glass, fully absorbed in the slideshow. While we can't say for sure whether it understood what it was seeing, this interaction revealed just how naturally curious and cognitively advanced gorillas truly are. Studies have shown that great apes, including gorillas, can recognize faces, express emotion, and even use touchscreens in research settings. Ready for a face-off? Let's see what happens when one tiny bird takes on towering giants. At Brookfield Zoo, visitors witnessed a standoff that no one saw coming, a goose going head-to-head with not one, not two, but 3 giraffes. It started off calmly enough. The geese were strolling through the grounds with their goslings when 3 giraffes wandered nearby, completely unbothered and showing no signs of aggression. But one goose clearly wasn't in the mood for visitors. With zero hesitation, it took flight and launched into attack mode. Despite the massive size difference, adult giraffes can reach heights of up to 18 feet. The goose flapped, honked, and charged to protect its family. The giraffes, taken completely by surprise, froze in place, seemingly unsure how to handle the angry bird flying at their legs. This odd but unforgettable scene is a perfect example of how powerful protective instincts can be. Even the tallest land mammals learned something new that day: never underestimate a goose on a mission. But not all encounters are playful. This next one will send chills down your spine. At a zoo exhibit, a young child stood face to face with a lioness, separated only by a glass panel. While the toddler was happily tapping the glass and enjoying the close-up view, the lioness had something entirely different on her mind. Crouched low with eyes locked in, the lioness displayed every sign of hunting behavior. And the second the child turned her back, the lioness lunged, slamming her full weight against the glass in a powerful pounce. The barrier held, but the force and intent behind the move were undeniable. The toddler screamed, drawing immediate attention. Her older brother tried to redirect the lioness, but the big cat remained locked in, pawing at the glass with visible frustration. Even the child's mother, caught off guard, let out a nervous laugh, possibly a mix of shock and relief. This encounter highlights the vital role of zoo safety protocols. Thanks to reinforced glass and smart enclosure design, we can witness the raw power of these animals up close, without ever crossing into danger. Want to see humans test their strength against nature's fiercest competitors? In a special event at a zoo, 3 professional wrestlers from World Wrestling Entertainment, Ricochet, Fabian Aichner, and Killian Dane, took on a lion in a Tug of War challenge. Don't worry, the setup was completely safe for both sides, with a strong barrier separating them. The wrestlers, each known for their incredible strength and athleticism, gripped one end of the rope while the lion bit down on the other. But despite their best effort and plenty of encouragement from the crowd, it wasn't even close. With a powerful jaw and unmatched stamina, the lion began pulling with ease. In just a few seconds, it was clear the wrestlers were outmatched. Lions can generate a bite force of more than 1,000 pounds per square inch, and this one wasn't even breaking a sweat. In the end, the human trio had to let go, humbled by the effortless strength of a wild predator. It was a powerful reminder that when it comes to pure, natural force, the animal kingdom is in a league of its own. Would you have bet on the wrestlers or the lion? And what other animal strength tests would you love to see? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe and follow the channel to discover more interesting things. In a situation, a group of bears has figured out how to work the crowd. After a few successful food tosses from visitors, the bears begin signaling for more. But this isn't just random movement. One bear in particular stretches out its paws in a way that looks strikingly human, making a clear gesture that says, "More, please." The crowd bursts into laughter, completely charmed by the bear's expressive behavior. It's not just adorable, it's intentional. The bear repeats the motion, knowing exactly how to capture attention and score another snack. While no one's sure how it picked up the habit, one thing is obvious: this bear has mastered the art of nonverbal communication. Let's head over to the Delhi Zoo, where a tense moment unfolded with one of the most deceptively dangerous animals on Earth, the hippopotamus. It all started when a curious hippo climbed out of its watering hole and began making its way toward a group of nearby visitors. Although the animal didn't display aggression, its sheer size and power instantly raised concerns. Without hesitation, the staff member calmly approached the massive mammal and began tapping it gently on the face, not as punishment, but as a trained method to redirect its attention. And it worked. After a brief pause, the hippo slowly turned back and returned to the water. Now, it's important to understand that despite their bulky, laid-back appearance, hippos are responsible for more human fatalities in parts of Africa than lions or elephants. They can weigh over 3,000 pounds and run faster than most people expect. In this case, the zookeeper's actions were precise, informed, and critical to maintaining safety. At one zoo, a group of gibbons had an unexpected face-off with a hedgehog. That's right, a tiny, spiky wanderer made its way a little too close to the gibbon enclosure, and their reaction was priceless. Instead of confronting the newcomer, the gibbons immediately scrambled up into the trees, keeping a safe distance from the unfamiliar intruder. The hedgehog posed no actual threat, but the gibbons weren't taking any chances. Their wide-eyed expressions and cautious movements revealed just how alert animals can be when faced with the unknown. Even though they're intelligent primates, instinct still rules in moments like this. Their reaction is a perfect example of how animals, much like us, respond to uncertainty with self-preservation. Up next, a slow burning standoff between two crocodiles. While these powerful reptiles are known for explosive attacks, this encounter unfolds in a very different way. The tension builds as the pair cautiously circle each other, neither one rushing in. Instead of a wild clash, it's a calculated showdown. They size each other up, delivering deliberate bites and low, guttural hisses in a quiet contest of dominance. Every movement is strategic, as if each reptile is waiting for the other to make a critical mistake. But after several minutes of careful maneuvering, both crocodiles pull back, the standoff ending without a clear winner. No dramatic finale, no violent conclusion, just a tense display of patience, strength, and instinct. It's a rare glimpse into the tactical side of crocodile behavior, where survival sometimes depends more on restraint than raw aggression. At first, everything at the gorilla enclosure seemed calm, two gorillas interacting, entertaining the crowd with their usual routines. But in a sudden and dramatic turn, things escalated. Without warning, the two massive primates squared off. What followed was an intense clash that stunned everyone watching. With each move, the gorillas displayed their raw power, pounding chests, charging and grappling with force that left no doubt about their strength. The atmosphere changed instantly. The crowd grew tense. One visitor was even overheard asking, "Where are the zookeepers?" And while staff are trained to handle these situations, intervention doesn't happen with a snap of the fingers. With animals this strong, adult male gorillas can lift over 1,800 pounds. Timing and caution are everything. In moments like this, it becomes crystal clear, no matter how well maintained the enclosure, instincts don't clock out. It's a powerful reminder that nature is always one step away from taking the lead. If you enjoyed today's video, please give it a like and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Your support means a lot to us. Click on the video that appears on your screen right now. I hope you'll love this content. Comment below about the next topic you'd like to see featured on our channel. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
Thanks for being with us. Leave a comment, like to show your support, and remember to hit that subscribe button for more exciting videos. See you next time.